Have you ever heard about someone who took the music world by a storm? And let's be honest, her rise to fame is just as quick as her fall down. That's exactly what happened to Ice Spice, the New York rapper who became a household name almost overnight. Now you might be thinking, how did one of the fastest rising stars in music go from dominating charts to sparking debate over? Well, Ice Spice is undeniably talented. She can rap, she can dance, and above all, she has perfected the art of twerking. Yes, twerking. Honestly, her twerking is probably talked about more than her actual music, and that's exactly why it's so hard to say this. But has the ice officially melted? But here's the thing. What was once a viral moment has started to fade, and now she's losing fans faster than she gained them. But why? Is it the constant twerking, her repetitive music, or something else entirely? Let's dive into how Ice Spice went from being the hottest thing on the internet to, well, let's just say, not so much. And more importantly, what lessons can we learn from her journey? Let's rewind to a little over a year ago. You couldn't open TikTok without hearing that iconic line, "You thought I was feeling you?" That's a rap from her breakout hit, Munch, Feeling You. The song was everywhere, and before we knew it, Ice Spice was a viral sensation. In a matter of months, she went from an up-and-coming artist to the it girl of hip-hop. People couldn't stop talking about her unique style, her bold confidence, and let's not forget her relentless twerking. But now, fast forward to today, and Ice Spice's fan base is starting to crumble. Over half of her followers seem to have disappeared, and some of her biggest fans are turning against her. To be honest, Ice Spice's success came as a surprise to many. Her breakthrough track, Munch, wasn't just a catchy tune, it was a cultural moment. The song dominated TikTok, the platform that has become the ultimate stage for new music to blow up. From there, things moved quickly. Drake co-signed her. She worked with Nicki Minaj. She even made a song with Taylor Swift. For someone so new on the scene, these collaborations were unheard of. It's like winning the social media lottery, and Ice Spice had hit the jackpot. But the question is, was it all just too much? Too soon? Sure, Ice Spice had the star power, but what happens when fame hits you like a tidal wave? The expectation, the pressure, the constant need to stay relevant. It can drive people to make decisions that might seem good in the moment, but come back to haunt them later. Let's talk about something that has both made Ice Spice famous and, ironically, hurt her twerking. When Ice Spice first exploded onto the scene, her unapologetic confidence and playful, often viral dance moves became her trademark. She twerked on stage in music videos, even while freestyling on live streams. And you know what? It was funny, fresh, and people loved it at first. But then something happened. Ice Spice kept twerking everywhere, all the time, and suddenly the once funny gimmick became, well, a bit repetitive. It's like seeing a meme that was hilarious the first time you saw it, but gets old when it's reposted 100 times. Let me put it this way. Imagine if every time you turned on TikTok, all you saw was the same person doing the same dance. It was funny at first, but after a while you're like, okay, we get it. The same thing is happening with Ice Spice. Her core fans started noticing that her twerking was overshadowing her music, and that's when the backlash began. It's an interesting dilemma. Can Ice Spice continue to sell out shows and maintain her loyal fan base if she stopped twerking altogether? That's a tough question. It's hard to say whether fans would still be as invested in her without the constant gimmicks. But it's clear that her musical talents, unfortunately, haven't evolved enough to fill the gap that her dance moves once did. Now let's talk about her music. Ice Spice has a particular style, and while there's nothing inherently wrong with having a signature sound, it seems like she's fallen into a trap of repetitive lyrics and lack of variety. From song to song, it's the same themes: ice-cold confidence, party vibes, and, well, poop jokes? Yeah, you heard that correctly. Somehow, Ice Spice has turned poop into a recurring motif in her songs. Take, for example, the lyrics from BB Belt.
I'm as poopy, but I never smoke. He hit my line cause he know I'm a soap. He got a bitch, but he know I don't tell.
This is what you could call the poop lyric phenomenon. In some ways, it's almost like Ice Spice is building her brand around bizarre, low-effort punchlines that detract from her musical potential. Sure, it's quirky and might have some viral appeal, but is it sustainable? Is it enough to carry a career long-term? When fans listen to Ice Spice, they should be excited to hear something new.
You not even the fault. Nah, I be going hard.
But instead, they're left wondering, is she just going to talk about poop again? Music is meant to move us emotionally, to tell stories, to make us feel something. But in Ice Spice's case, her songs often feel like the musical equivalent of fast food. Quick and easy, but lacking substance. For a genre as rich in storytelling as hip-hop, that's a problem. But wait, there's more. Ice Spice's issues aren't just confined to her music and dance moves. Ice Spice's entire brand has been built on her physical image. And let's be honest, her body is a big part of her allure. And when you tie your career to your looks, the minute you change, so does the audience. Which brings us to her most recent transformation, her weight loss. Ice Spice recently lost a lot of weight, which sparked a ton of chatter on social media. Some people are speculating that it's due to the drug Ozempic, which is used for weight loss, and the internet can't stop talking about it. But here's the issue. Ice Spice's career, her persona, and her brand have been built on a very specific image. She's the thick girl who twerks on stage and gets attention for it. And now with her body changing, she's starting to lose that part of her appeal. I'm not saying losing weight is inherently bad. In fact, being healthier is a good thing. But when you've built an entire career around one specific look, the moment that changes, your fan base starts to shift too. Some people are even asking, where did her curves go? What happened to the booty that made her famous? And honestly, that's a valid concern in a world where the music industry often prioritizes appearance over talent. The real question is, why is Ice Spice's popularity fading? Is it just a phase, or has the ice really melted? The rapper has found herself involved in multiple public feuds and controversies that have not only tarnished her reputation, but also turned off fans who once supported her. For starters, there was the fallout with Nicki Minaj. After their collaboration, Ice Spice was rumored to have thrown shade at Nicki, which didn't sit well with Minaj's devoted fan base. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, Ice Spice found herself embroiled in a drama with a fellow rapper. The two were caught in a public feud, with Ice Spice apparently taunting Madeline about dating her ex, Central C. To many fans, this was the last straw. But it didn't end there. Ice Spice was also criticized for the way she treated her supposed friend, Cleo Trappa, who was invited to go on tour with her, but was allegedly mistreated by Ice Spice and her team. Cleo went on a TikTok rant, detailing how she was left out of important tour activities and disrespected during the whole ordeal. Ice Spice's response? She accused Cleo of being entitled. This back and forth only further soured her image. Ice Spice's inability to maintain positive relationships with people. It's one thing to have a few disagreements with other celebrities, but when multiple people come forward to speak badly about you, it's a reflection of your character. If Ice Spice doesn't make some serious changes to her approach to people and how she treats those close to her, she'll find herself in a much lonelier place, personally and professionally. So what's the takeaway here? Ice Spice's career is still alive, but she's at a crossroads. To move forward, she needs to evolve. Her music can't stay stuck in the same cycle of repetitive lyrics and shallow themes. She needs to develop more substance, both in her music and in her personal character. Fame is fleeting, and while her viral moments may have brought her attention, it's her talent and relationships that will determine how long she stays in the game. If Ice Spice can reinvent herself, drop the repetitive gimmicks, focus on her craft, and clean up her personal drama, she could still make a major comeback. But if she doesn't take these lessons to heart, she could easily fade into obscurity. Just another example of a viral star whose moment in the spotlight burned out too quickly. We'll be here watching to see which path she takes. Will she learn from her mistakes, or will she keep twerking and throwing shade until her career implodes? If you enjoyed this deep dive into Ice Spice's rise and potential fall, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.